Hey, how are you? This is Michael with Straight Up Fitness Bootcamp. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon right here in Norwalk, California, and I am just walking back to my bootcamp facility right now because I have something really important to tell you. Last weekend I went out bar hopping, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, but I want to tell you all about it because I have the 5 best bars in the Los Angeles and Orange County area, and I have them for you. I'm going to tell you all about it. Hey, how are you? My name is Michael, and today I have the 5 best bars in the Los Angeles and Orange County for you. Last weekend, I visited them all. Now what I'm talking about right here is the 5 best protein bars you can have during the day. Because I get this question asked all the time, and I just felt like it was time for me to not even write you an email about it, but to make a video about this because I think it's important. The way I see protein bars is that if you run out of regular food, let's say you did not prepare your food in advance, or you have that situation where you have nothing with you and there's a drive-by, right, or drive-through right there, or there's El Pollo Loco, or there's your favorite restaurant, but you don't really want to go there, it's really handy to have one of these bars. Now, what I did for you is I tasted them all and I made a top 5. So we have a winner. We have the number 1 right here. It's in my hands. The best bar in the whole entire world that you can have. And it tastes amazing. It's gonna turn your world upside down. I'm telling you. But first, let's go through number 5. Number 5 is Pure Protein. Now I chose this one because I know it's very popular. I know a lot of people have this one because of the name. The name, it says Pure Protein. Well, first off, if you really want pure protein, have egg whites. But of course, if you don't have that with you, this is a good bar. The reason why I chose it though primarily is because it has a lot of protein. The only thing is why it's not topping the list is because it has all these ingredients that you cannot pronounce. D-alpha tocopherol acetate. And it has a lot of saturated fat. The total fat is 7 grams, saturated fat is 5 grams. Pure protein is good, it tastes good, but it's not the best. Here's number 4. Number 4 is Promax LS. Number 4, I tell you anything about this bar, I want to emphasize that this is the LS version. The Promax was already decent. It still had a lot of saturated fat in there, but the LS bars, they did something to them. I don't know what, and that's also why it's only on number 4, because it sounds a little too good to be true. But every bar has 14 grams of fiber. It only has 4 grams of saturated fat and has 18 grams of protein. So they did something to it to make it have all this fiber, and it tastes really good too. And you know what I said earlier, if something tastes really good and it has low calories and it has all this beautiful stuff, it doesn't smell right. Like something's wrong. They did something to it. Kind of like the Pure Protein, yeah. Try to go for number 3, 2, or 1 instead. Here's number 3. Number 3 is the Luna Bar, and you know, the Luna Bar is actually really good. What's kind of funny about it is that it's called a nutrition bar for women. Well, that's to me, that's kind of funny because I mean, what is a food for a woman? Like, what is that? You know, has anybody ever heard of a food that only women can eat? It's not a nutrition bar for women. And also, I'm saying that because I eat it myself, so I want to make myself feel good about it. They're really low in calories. They have a lot of fiber. 4 grams of fiber, but it's only 180 calories. 8 grams of protein, not a lot of fat. And if you get this one, get the chocolate peppermint stick one. Woo! It tastes really, really good. Chocolate peppermint stick. It's almost like you're eating a candy bar, but you're not. So here's number 2. You know, this is the part where I'm supposed to say, well, it was a tight battle between number 2 and number 1. Well, it really wasn't, because the number 1 is so good. You know, I already knew it was number 1 before I even tasted anything else. So anyway, let's still go on to number 2. Number 2 is the Think Thin Bar. Now this one you probably heard of. I think it's been featured on Dr. Phil or Dr. Oz or whatever, one of those shows. The reason why I chose this as number 2 is because the numbers are amazing and it doesn't have any of those artificial ingredients. You know, cocoa butter, whey protein isolate, peanut butter, ground peanuts, sea salt. So it's pretty natural. 3 grams of saturated fat, 20 grams of protein. So this is a good snack. But now let's go on to number 1. Now, number one is so amazing. I don't think everybody has heard of it yet because it's only available at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. It used to be available at Ralph's, but it was too good to be at Ralph's. So only eat it at your own risk. If you do not want to be truly happy, then do not eat this bar. It's really amazing. All right, so on to number one. Here it is. Our number one, Greens Plus Chocolate Energy Bar. What's really good about this bar is the ingredients. If you just go to the ingredients, I mean, I'm just gonna randomly pick out some stuff. Here, sprouted barley malt, organic red beet juice, milk thistle seed extract, organic barley grass. So this stuff is really a detoxifier. And to top it off, it's dipped in chocolate, and not any chocolate, it's Dutch chocolate. And you know what they say about Dutch is that if it's not Dutch, it's not much. So this bar almost reaches perfection. The only thing about it is that you do want to see it as a full meal, especially if you're training for fat loss, if you're trying to get toned and firm. It is a full meal, and don't have it at night either. Before we leave, I have one more bonus bar that I want to tell you about. So those are the top 5 ones, and I have one that's actually not that good for you, but it is good if you want to substitute it for your cheat meal. Here it is. Now, those are the healthy ones. If you ever have a time where you want a cheat meal, but you don't want to go all out, let's say it's Friday night, Saturday night, and you know it's your cheat day, but you don't want to have like that really bad food, I would suggest, or I would recommend having my favorite cheat meal, which is the Muscle Brownie. Right here, Muscle Brownie. Now, we can talk long and short about this Muscle Brownie right here, but what sold me on it was the packaging, because it says, eat brownies, get muscles. It says it right here. Eat brownies, get muscles. Now, I speak on behalf of all men out there. We are very simple creatures. We're not very needy. We only need a couple things. We only need, you know, our TV. We need to drive fast cars. We need to eat brownies and get muscles. Well, this brownie accomplishes 2 of those things. So try this one out. And some say that I am addicted to these things. People that know me very well, they say that I eat these things without even knowing it. Like, I'll have one in front of me and I'll eat it, and then I don't even know that I ate it. And then I have my whole refrigerator full of these things. Well, I don't know where they come up with these things. The only thing I do recommend is that you do store them in the fridge, so it keeps them fresh for a long time. And that was that. So I hope you got something out of this video. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have any questions. Just go ahead and reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, have an awesome day.